But I think that the really critical thing about the monasteries is that they permitted a new kind of intellectual conversation, a new kind of intellectual context that was both esoteric and exoteric. So it had an exoteric dimension in that it was able to interface with local communities and elites in a way that would get support from each of those. At the same time, it made space for an esoteric discussion among the monks because they could engage in their monastic habits and rituals, their prayers, their discussions, and their transcribing of texts. They could do all of these things, and then there would be specific occasions where they would come out of that routine and interface with other people. There would be elites that would come to the monastery and there would be interfacing, but that interfacing was limited. So the thing that really sticks out to me right now about a lot of the social organizations that are trying to start new kinds of intellectual conversations is that too much of the time is taken up with the exoteric, with the making the money by interfacing with public stakeholders, and that this interfacing with public stakeholders is very inefficient as a consequence of this. If you think about how much of the time of the people who otherwise could be in discussion with themselves about how to make a new thing is taken up with how do we sustain this practice and how do we get support from society, it's very inefficient. And I think in part, that's a symptom of difficulty still with getting support from other parts of society, which means that not enough is being concretely done that is obviously of benefit. And so to legitimate these new kinds of projects, I think that these projects have to show that they can do stuff. And part of why I've noticed there's a continuous failure to escape the universities